Back, it's Johnny Boy, and we've had this electric compactor plate from AltradBelle for some time now, and now's the time to probably give it a little bit more of a review that was promised. And well, look, we've used it on several jobs. One of the things that I'm not sure about, okay, is you've got the dampers down here, the dampers being the shock absorbers here, okay, and obviously that takes the vibration out of it, so when it's on your hands it's absolutely fine. But in comparison, I don't know, I'm not sure about, these are quite easy to get hold of, these dampers. You can get them around, and they're pennies, they don't cost a lot, you know, quite easy to replace, just a locking nut on one side, and you can just take them out and you can replace them. But I don't know, I'm not quite sure about that. It just seems a little bit weak. I think they could have made it a little bit stable. We've had a couple of nuts falling off it, and I'm not quite sure where they've come from. But you're always going to have that when you have new machinery. You take a vehicle in and you get it repaired, or you get an MOT'd and they do a little bit of work on it, and something always comes undone because the fitters hasn't done it up completely because they're working on other parts. When it starts more or less instantly, and it kicks in, and there is like a bit of a warm-up period with it. But it starts, and that's the most important thing. You want to be able to use a tool, and you want it to have some action out of it, and you want it to respond when you use it. And sometimes with 4-stroke compactor plates, they do have a tendency to play up if somebody's put the wrong fuel in it. If they've put, for instance, they've put 2-stroke in a 4-stroke, and that doesn't bode well. And it happens occasionally. Or you'll get the new labourer putting diesel in a compactor plate. Okay, you know, it happens with vans and cars regularly, that sometimes people make mistakes and put diesel in. So these things happen. That's not gonna happen with this. Okay, the only source it is the electricity. Okay, so you can't go wrong in that respect. All right, on-off switch, when you press it on, it kicks in and you're away. Okay, with some compactor plates, you'll have the you'll also have, again, either new labour or somebody who's not familiar, or it gets hit. You'll have the choke and the fuel button, and you tell people regular, don't touch those switches because they're set to how you're used to it. Again, you're not going to have this with the electric compactor plate, okay? And they flood things sometimes with fuel compactor plates. With this, again, it's just on and off and you're away. So that's a real positive with it. The other thing that you've got to get used to once you started it is this cable, okay? You've got to be able to deal with a cable, and at first you think, oh my God, what a nuisance, but you soon get used to it. It's just a byproduct. You know, we use tools every day that have cables, and you know, it's absolutely fine. I've got used to that, that's no problem at all. But one of the main considerations about compactor plates is the compaction, okay? And some will say that it's not man enough for the job because it hasn't compacted, whatever the machine is. But the fact is that when you're compacting, you need to compact at levels. It's no good putting 6 inches on and compacting the top and hoping that you're going to get the compaction at the rate that you're actually looking for, because all you're going to do, you're going to seal off the top. So it's important when you're building up areas that you compact at levels. It may seem obvious to some of you contractors out there, but it may not be obvious to some contractors out there. Compacting at levels are important. The pounds per square inch that this delivers is no worse and no better than any other. It does the job. And again, you've got to understand the compaction itself. So without any further ado, let's just give it a go and you'll be able to see it coming around. We have, like I said, compacted this different levels throughout this area. We've made it up quite a bit and it is getting there. But again, when you're having inclement weather conditions, you can squeeze the water out, but you're going to have to wait for those dry periods before you can compact it again.